Friends, today let's continue with the matrices formulas. So today we will discuss with the different types of square matrices. Now, what is the first type of square matrix? Symmetric matrix. Now, what is symmetric matrix? So if your A transpose is equal to A, it is called a symmetric matrix. Now here A is simply having elements of order ij. Now, what is skew symmetric matrix? So, a matrix in which A transpose is equal to minus A, then it is called a skew symmetric matrix. Now, also remember, for a skew symmetric matrix, all the elements corresponding to AII will be 0. Next, the next matrix is idempotent matrix. Now when the square of a matrix is equal to A, it is called a idempotent matrix. Now also remember, every square matrix can be written, if there is a square matrix A, it can be written in the form of half into A plus A dash or A transpose plus half into A minus A transpose. So remember, this part is your symmetric matrix and this part is your skew symmetric matrix. So every year there is a question on this particular concept in your examination. Now there is a special type of matrix called nilpotent matrix, in which it satisfies the equation A power k is equal to 0, where A is nilpotent of order k. Also remember, k is the least positive, I'll say remember, least positive integer index. Next, we have a special type of matrix called involuntary matrix, where A square is equal to I. And lastly, you have another matrix which is called orthogonal matrix, where the product of A transpose into A in either ways is equal to identity matrix. Now, what is trace of a matrix? So, if you have a matrix Aij with elements row into column m into n, m into m, this is a square matrix. So the trace is simply sum of all diagonal elements. Try to remember this. This is very important. So simply I can write summation of Aii, where I is equal to 1 to n. Now the most important concept of this class, determinant. So determinant is for every square matrix can be associated with the unique number or an expression which is denoted by determinant, or also I can write it as det A. So try to remember a simple formula for area of a triangle. So if there is a triangle with vertices x1 y1, x2 y2 and x3 y3, remember the area will be simply half of determinant of x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1, x3 y3 1. So if this determinant is equal to 0, then the points are collinear. Next, in this determinants, minors or mij are the determinant corresponding to the elements. Now how to calculate the cofactors? So many times in exams they are asking the cofactors also. So the cofactor matrix Cij will be minus 1 power I plus j into m of ij. Now Based on the cofactor matrix, you will be getting the adjoint matrix, which is simply the cofactor matrix transpose. Now, in exams, many times they are asking on the properties of adjoint matrix. So, try to remember these particular properties. So, the first property is product of A into adjoint matrix will be determinant of A into identity matrix, or I can simply write adjoint A into A. Next, what is the determinant of adjoint A? It will be simply the determinant of A power n minus 1, where n is the order of the matrix. So sometimes they are asking what is the determinant of adjoint of A. So this is simply the determinant of A power n minus 1 whole square. So try to remember these formulas. You can get a direct question on the application. So what is the value of adjoint of A, which is simply determinant of A power n minus 2 into A, and also adjoint matrix A whole transpose will be adjoint into A transpose. So finally, the last property, adjoint of A inverse is adjoint A whole inverse. So with this, the properties related to matrices adjoint are completed. Now inverse of a matrix, this is also a very important concept. So a matrix A, square matrix, and if you have another matrix B such that the product AB is equal to BA. Now if this is equal to an identity matrix, I can simply calculate B is simply A power minus 1, or A is equal to B power minus 1, or B inverse. So to calculate this A inverse, I have a formula 1 by det A into adjoint A. So remember, if the determinant is not equal to 0, it is called a non-singular matrix. So what is it? If the determinant is equal to 0, it is called a singular matrix. Now what are the properties of this concept of inverse? So A transpose, if A is a square matrix, A transpose whole inverse will be equal to A inverse whole transpose. Now what's the next property? AB whole inverse will be B inverse into A inverse. This is a very important property in solving problems. Next, the inverse of an inverse is simply the matrix itself, and K into A inverse will be 1 by K into A inverse. So remember, K will be also taken as K when it comes, it will be coming out, it will become 1 by K. Next, so if AB is equal to AC, then I can simply write B is equal to C. Similarly, if BA is equal to CA, I can write B is equal to C. So remember, determinant of A is not equal to 0 if A is symmetric matrix and A inverse is another symmetric matrix. Now what are the properties of determinant? So the transpose of a determinant is again the same determinant. Now a determinant with all zeros in a row will also have the value of the determinant as 0. This is a very important. So if you have a row in which all are zeros, then the determinant is simply 0. Also, the determinant of a matrix will be 0 if any two rows or columns are identical or proportional. So what is the meaning? So if there is two rows with having 1 1 1 and 1 1 1, So both are identical in nature, so automatically the determinant will be 0. Also, if any two columns are interchanged during matrix operations, try to remember this. If you are interchanging any two columns of a matrix, then the new determinant will be minus into D. Now if you have a matrix D, now D dash, if there is a vector, say scalar k into a1, k into a2, k into a3, I can take the k common from the first row and I will be getting k into determinant. Next, coming to an important property related to determinant. So remember, determinant of a skew symmetric matrix of odd order will be 0, and determinant of a diagonal matrix will be simply the product of diagonal elements. So also, to solve system of linear equations, so if when you have three equations or two equations, you can solve it using the matrix method. So you can write Ax is equal to B, where A is the coefficient matrix and x are the variables matrix and B is a constant matrix. Now as per Cramer's rule, if the determinant is not equal to 0, we will be having at least one solution d1, d2, d3 which are not equal to 0, and I will be having a non-zero, constant, consistent, unique solution. Now if either d1 is equal to d2 is equal to d3 is equal to 0, then I will be having a 0 or consistent trivial solution. Now if the d is equal to 0, here d means the determinant. So if d1 is equal to d2 is equal to d3 is equal to 0, I will be having infinite consistent solutions, and any one of di is not equal to 0, then I will not be having no solution or inconsistent solution. So with this, all the concepts related to matrix are completed.